Hello everyone, Jabman025 here once again. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Master Grade New Gundam. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what, you're just getting this kit now? Well, yes. I've had the High New Gundam for a while, and I was never a huge fan of the New Gundam's design, but came across this on eBay, got it really cheap, so I decided to pick it up and give it a go. And in the end, I was really pleased with this kit. First, the bad news, as is my way. I am not a huge fan of the yellow color for this kit. I personally see more of an orange there than a yellow. Maybe it's just me. I showed this to some friends and they said, yeah, that's yellow, but to me it looks like orange. So I decided I'm going to do a recolor. But I did a little experimenting on this recolor. Recently, Prime92 uploaded a video of how to do a custom titanium or candy coating finish, and I decided to give it a go. I've seen this done before, but I never did it myself. I figured if I screw up, I can always just repaint it yellow. Now, in Prime92's video, she used mithril silver with followed up by a clear coat red. I used a clear coat yellow. The mithril silver didn't work out too great. I ended up using mostly a Tamiya silver paint, spray paint as a base, and that worked out a lot better. It gives a really nice metallic sheen. I was surprised how well this worked. One coating of the yellow is just enough. You don't really need to do any more. And you can see it comes across as a really nice gold color. I'm glad I used this. I will definitely be using this again in the future. There's not a lot of gold, not a lot of yellow parts on this kit, so I didn't really have to do a lot. But I think it looks really nice. I'm glad I did it. I put a link to Prime92's how-to video in the was it the side, not the sidebar anymore, the low bar, whatever. Now for the accessories. My favorite accessory in this one is the optional beam saber. You put that on the backpack there. You also get a bazooka, a beam rifle, and a second beam saber here on the arm. It's not symmetrical, which is different. You get a dry transfer decal for the Amuro symbol on the shield, and they also give you a backup sticker if you don't want to use the dry transfer decal, which is good because the A symbol, which I used as dry transfer decal on the shoulder, kind of flaked off and fell apart. I think it was due to age more than anything. So I ended up using a sticker to replace it. But it's nice they give you that backup just in case this fails. The fin funnel backpack. When I was building it, it didn't seem that stable, but once you put it on the back, it actually is pretty stable on its own. You can remove each individual fin funnel, as so, and you can bend it into shape of the attack mode. It's easier to do with two hands. You can't really display much of it. There's no real display base to put it onto, no wire effects. I guess that's just the issue of not being a newer kit. Here's hoping if they do a 2.0 they fix that. The bazooka, fairly nice. You can hook onto the backpack very easily. As so. And it holds it up there really well. Now I'm sure you're noticing this thing, you're saying, man, that's got to be a lot of weight on the back and on the side. Why isn't this thing falling over? Bear with me, I'll explain in a second. The other nice feature about this kit is the cockpit opening. On a lot of Gundams, it's very difficult to get the cockpit open to see the pilot inside. Not on this one. You just flip it up. That's all there is to it. Usually the kits can be a lot more complicated than that, but that's all there really is to this one. Now, the weight issues. This is the only kit I can remember that actually has die-cast parts. These parts aren't made. These are poured. You get 3. One for each leg and one for the crotch or hips area. The reason they do this is twofold. First off, using the crotch part, it makes the legs rock solid. You can see they're not tipping over, and they're not going to unless you move them. This kind of hampers posability in a way, but it makes the weight issues non-existent. It makes the legs rock solid. It also gives the bottom of the kit itself all the weight, so it's very bottom heavy and it stands very well. You can see that it kind of leans to the right, the top half of the kit. It's not a monstrous issue. You really can't tell unless you point it out to someone. But overall, pretty good idea with the die-cast parts. As you probably can tell, this is a very big kit. I put just the leg next to the God Gundam. It's huge. next to the RX-78, you can just see there really is no comparison. This is a beast of a kit. Really a nice match to the Sinanju when you put them side by side. The only other real issue this kit has is it doesn't hold the rifle or the bazooka very well in his hand. Beam saber is no problem, but you can't get a lot of poses out of it. It's another kit that just stands there and looks cool. So, like I said, the beam saber isn't really a problem, so pretty much I'm going to have that beam saber pose in most of the kit, most of the time. Final thought on this kit really comes down to, this kit is just a lot of fun to build. You can't get a lot of poses out of it. You can't do a whole lot with it. It's another kit that just stands there and looks cool, but it's a whole lot of fun to build this kit. And really, why are you building Gundam kits? Because they're fun to build. And this definitely qualifies. The issues with the rifle and the bazooka, it's not a monstrous issue. And the issue of the yellow parts is more subjective than anything. I didn't like it, but other people may not have a problem with it. It's really up to you on that part. But in the end, really good kit. Pick it up. It's a great addition to any collection. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a comment. I always love reading comments. And stay tuned for more reviews. I always have more reviews coming down that pipe. Oh, and one more thing. Bask in the glory that is Amuro Ray.